Hey Narwhals, I'm Luke Narwhal and welcome back to some more weight loss stories. If you enjoyed the video, please tap the subscribe button, turn on all notifications, and destroy the like button. It really helps. Also, the winners of today's merch giveaway were picked today. If you won, you'll receive an email, and if you didn't, don't worry, this giveaway went really well, so we'll be doing another one later this month. Your body is a calculator. Hey guys, I'm a recovering binger, a yo-yo dieter, and it's been one hell of a journey. Changing my mindset from neurotic and obsessive to sustainable and serene has been one of the most eye-opening experiences of my young life, and needless to say, I've learned a lot along the way. One of my biggest aha moments came in the form of the following realization. Your body is a calculator, and it doesn't make exceptions or excuses just because you do. Let me say it one more time for the people in the back. Your body is a calculator, and it's doing the math as we speak. Regardless of what time you choose to eat, be it early morning to late night, regardless of the diet that you follow, be it keto, plant-based, etc., regardless of whether you omit certain calories because you believe in the insert food/drink calories don't count mentality, your body just does not care. It's a simple system really. As long as the numbers add up, it'll split out virtually the same results. And the numbers don't lie, they never do. We are the ones to delude ourselves into looking for loopholes in an airtight code of operations. And don't get me wrong, not all calories are created equal, and you should definitely aim for an all-around healthy lifestyle. But to say that we overcomplicate our body's natural simplicity is an understatement, and I'm guilty too. I was the kind of person that would fast until 8 p.m., binge all night long, and do it over again the next day. I would backload all my calories until right before bedtime and have nothing but coffee and water until my next mealtime. It was sheer madness. And needless to say, this radical schedule was socially awkward, and the comments I got from family confirmed my insanity. Them catching me in the middle of one of my binging episodes. How do you eat so much and not gain weight? And me to myself in my mind, because I won't eat again until this time tomorrow. Like WTF. When I look back on those times, I facepalm myself. And now that I know my body isn't going to sabotage me for eating early or late or when the heck ever, I can finally relax, lol. And spreading out that one big late night feast into 3 smaller meals across the day has left me satisfied basically all the time, and therefore I make better food choices. I don't obsess about the nitty gritty details anymore, and now I have more mental energy to dedicate to other aspects of my life. And the best part is, I'm still losing weight, but this time without losing my mind. It's been one hell of a learning curve, but I did it so you don't have to. And take it from me, Narwhals, your body is a calculator, so just do the math. Catch you later, guys. Godspeed. There is always a reason. One important piece of information first. A large part of my journey is still ahead of me, and I have had many successes and almost as many setbacks in recent years. But if you look closely, setbacks don't necessarily mean that you have failed. You can learn an incredible amount from them, and today I want to talk about one thing that I learned in the past. And perhaps one more important thing has to be mentioned. 1.5 years ago, I looked for help in the form of therapy. Obesity wasn't the only difficulty I struggled with. However, it quickly became clear to my therapist that me being overweight was not the main problem. It's a symptom of a completely different problem, but figuring out the reason why I started overeating wasn't that easy. I don't want to drag this part out so much, so I'll summarize what I found out. I started eating because for me, it was something that I had completely under my control. Well, obviously, I didn't have my eating behavior completely under control, otherwise I wouldn't be overweight now. I always ate until I really couldn't anymore. I was able to give myself the impression that I was finally getting enough of something. I myself had the power to decide how much food I want. You only have limited control over how much love and attention you get from other people. However, you have full control over your eating behavior. At least, that's what the head thinks. After I found out, it was like someone had explained to me a magic trick. I could literally feel how my body continued to feel the need to stuff itself. But from that point on, the same satisfaction no longer occurred. Just like when someone shows you a magic trick, but you already know how it works. And that was a real problem at first, because the food was always a compensation for something else that I was actually missing, but I haven't overeaten since then. And there is almost always a reason why one has become overweight. If you like chocolate, maybe you're able to put on a few pounds. But when it comes to being significantly overweight, there is almost always a deeper reason for it. My reason was that eating gave you some form of control. I've learned that this is by no means an isolated case. As long as you haven't figured out the underlying problem, why you gain so much weight, there is always a risk that your diets, no matter how good, will fail. You can achieve a lot with a lot of discipline, but in my experience, when you find out why you got overweight in the first place, it can suddenly become very easy to lose it. When the mind realizes that the reason for the unhealthy behavior no longer exists, why carry it on? Suddenly, living healthy no longer has to be a challenge. I now know much better when I'm full and then can stop eating. Did all my problems get resolved that one day? No, of course not. It's often more complicated than that, but I'm on the right track. A warning, I don't want anyone here to think that I'm claiming that all overweight people are now automatically mentally ill. The underlying reason is so individual and different each time. We all have things that we have to struggle with, and for some of us, this manifests as being overweight. One more important insight can be gained from this. It is not your fault. You are not lazy nor voracious, not undisciplined. There are reasons why overeating or eating unhealthy was a need of yours, and it's important to find out what kind of things are behind it in order to be able to help yourself again. And back to it. And this isn't really a weight loss story because I'm not there yet. The journey is still going. This is just an interlude for those out there who, like me, fell off the bandwagon sometime in 2020. I am 28 female, 133 kilos with PCOS. I experience all the PCOS symptoms, and on top of that, my bloods show that I'm pre-diabetic and postmenopausal at 28. When I was told this, I was distraught. My whole life I'd wanted to be a mother, and now, because of my indifference to my weight and my diagnosis, I may have ruined any chance of this. So at the beginning of the year, I decided to take control of my health back and went to my doctor, OBGYN, physio, and nutritionist to try and get a handle of my weight and PCOS. Cardio and regular strength training are so important to losing the adipose fat around my abdomen. My current exercise schedule is 3 days cardio where I maintain a heart rate of 70 to 80% and 3 days strength training focusing on the large muscle groups, glutes, back, chest, and abdomen. Alongside this, I have a caloric deficit of 1500 calories and follow a 16-8 intermittent fasting schedule that limits the time of the day I have to get my calories in. I started this new lifestyle very strong at the start of the year. At 2 months in, and I was 5 kilos down, a big win in my book. But like the rest of the world, my momentum came to a halt when all the gyms were closed with the pandemic. My exercise went from 100 to 0. My eating fell back into old habits of too many servings and not so great food choices. Months went by and nothing changed. I felt like if I couldn't get to the gym, then I couldn't do anything. I had a very all or nothing mentality, and my mental health plummeted along with my motivation. The turning point came from my partner. He started building out a home gym with a squat rack, plates, dumbbells, and parallettes. He then went and found a secondhand elliptical and set it up in our spare room for me to use. That was in August, and I'm happy to say that because of his perseverance and support, I almost feel like I'm back to the beginning of the year. I have worked back up to exercising 6 days a week, downloaded an app to help track my fasts, and back to counting my 1500 calories a day. As of October, I've lost around 5 kilos and have no intentions of giving up again. I still have a long way to go to get to anything resembling a healthy weight, but at this point in time, I know that if I keep working towards my goal, I can do this. Thanks always to the support of my partner, the Narwhal videos, and Discord chat, and of course, the calm tones of Luke, telling me not to give up. And that brings us to the end of the video, Narwhals. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe for more weight loss stories just like this. And once again, if you have a weight loss story or post you'd like to share to be featured on the channel, and just go to lukenarwhal.com/submit and just fill out the form on that page. And if your post is selected, you'll be featured here on the channel, and plus you'll receive a small gift as thanks. You can submit absolutely anything you want to do with weight loss, from a struggle that you're dealing with, a success or victory that you had, weight loss tips for others, and just getting something off your chest, or what you've learned about weight loss, or absolutely anything else to do with weight loss. And just go to lukenarwhal.com/submit. The link is in the description below. And this has been your host, Luke Narwhal, and until next time, have a good one, Narwhals.